Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fellowship of Spirit in Farmington, New Mexico, to this beautiful Mother's Day. I wish all of us a great Mother's Day, whether your kids are with you or whether you have kids or whether you're just a mom to other people. Happy Mother's Day. This is May the 11th, and we have Margaret Cheasebro as our speaker today. And I consider her to be probably a pretty good idea of a Mother's Day talk. We don't have any guests yet, but welcome Dawn and Neva because we haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad you're there. We're going to have a board meeting after service today, and we have several things to discuss, so if you feel like being here, that's fine. If you're a board member, we appreciate you being here. And also, our summer solstice is coming up the 20th of June, which is a Friday, and it is at Kiwanis Park on 30th Street. And more information will be coming after the board meeting. This is one of the things we have to discuss. I think that's pretty much it for general announcements. Our lovely Shay is going to do a prelude. Come sing a song with me.
Come sing a song with me, come sing a song with me, come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me, come dream a dream with me, come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me, come walk in rain with me, come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me, come share a rose with me, come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Thank you, Shay. I love her voice. She's a beautiful voice. Please read along with me. Oh, wait, we need our opening prayer. And I don't have Susan here today, so I have one. Father, your peace is mine. What need I have to fear that anything could rob me of what you would have me keep? I cannot lose your gifts to me, and so the peace you gave is with me still in the quietness and in my own eternal love for you. Namaste. And we have a song. Now thank we all are God. Now, no. Now thank we all are God. Okay. It didn't have any punctuation in it. It was hard to read.
Well, that's what I thought it was.
What?
It's Mother Spirit, Father Spirit.
Oh, okay. We're going to do Mother Spirit.
Oh, okay, Mother Spirit. Oh, that other one says after the spiritual reading, I'm sorry.
Mother Spirit, Father Spirit, where are you? In the sky song, in the forest sound your cry. What to give you, what to call you, what am I? Many drops are in the ocean, deep and wide. Sunlight bounces off the ripples to the sky. What to give you, what to call you, what am I? I am empty, time flies from me, what is time? Dreams eternal, fears infernal haunt my heart. What to give you, what to call you, oh my God. Mother Spirit, Father Spirit, take our hearts. Take our breath and let our voices sing our parts. Take our hand and let us work to shape our art.
Thank you, Shay. Please look in your bulletin and read along with me for our reflective moment. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness, and so it is. And Steve Barker has our spiritual reading. Just hold it.
Well, good Mother's Day Sunday to you all. Would that I had something about Mother's Day, but I was not prepared, so I picked up the first thing I found, which was Unity magazine, which I have never spoken from. It's called Walking the Paths of Life. The paths of life sometimes feel insecure, uncertain, and full of doubt. Because going through them offers challenges and troubles, we may well resist the experiences that life presents us. Sometimes we can fall into a state of dissatisfaction when, despite trying various methods of finding deep meaning in our existence, meaning still eludes us. It is arduous going through life using only human ways and tools, and many of us, as the years go by, discover that we need a spiritual perspective. As H. Emily Cady pointed out in Lessons in Truth, it may or it may not be here in this phase of life, but sometime, somewhere, every human being must come to himself. This coming to oneself begins when, having admitted the existence of a higher power, we begin to look for it in ourselves. In his letter to the Romans, the Apostle Paul urges us to search within ourselves when he expresses, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds." To renew our minds is to find new understanding of our nature in this process of renewal and transformation. Faith is our ally. Hebrews 11, chapter 1, defines faith as the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Having this assurance and conviction from a human perspective is not always possible in such a changing world. However, it is by wandering in the face of so much uncertainty and disbelief that we find ways to strengthen ourselves. And this is where our faith begins to emerge. Spiritual development is a one-way path. Once we become aware that we are going through it, we begin to clothe ourselves with a new self, and profound renewal begins. On this path, faith is the power that sustains us at every step. We don't need to increase it, just refocus it. That is, withdraw the innate power of faith from external circumstances and direct it towards God. This is a full-time job, which, with time, perseverance, and prayer, can become habit. As we grow spiritually, our faith stays focused more easily on the presence and power of God. Thus, we awaken to the realization that only by faith can we put God first. Only by faith can we discern between the temptation to travel through life on the highway of the external world and to travel the narrow paths of the spiritual world. These trails are full of peace and beauty, which we are able to discover only as we push out into them. In his book, Adam's Smashing Power of Mind, Charles Fillmore recognized that faith stirs into action the electrons of the human brain, and acting concurrently with the spiritual ethers, these electrons hasten future nature and produce quickly what ordinarily requires months of seed time and harvest. Faith is the activating element of spiritual energy. Our mind is an electromagnetic field that, when correctly focused, can fulfill what Jesus affirmed when he said, "I tell you, the one who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and in fact will do greater works than these, because I am going to the Father." Returning to the Father, the inexhaustible source of all good, is the best balm and the most healing medicine for every soul.
Remember that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And our song will be the one I can't pronounce.
Now think we all our God.
Think we all are God. I still think there ought to be a comma in there.
No, there's not.
I know, but it ought to be. I'm sorry.
Now think we all are God, with heart and hand and voices, who wondrous things hath wrought, in whom this world rejoices, who from our parents' arms has blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love, and still is ours today. Oh, may this bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, the one eternal God, whom earth and heaven adore. For thus it was, is now, and shall be evermore.
Thank you, Shay. It is my pleasure to have our speaker today is Margaret Cheasebro. She is a writer, an author of great magnitude. We have several of her books here. Her book on trees gave me a whole different perspective of looking at trees and getting a feeling from trees and understanding what the trees are trying to teach us if we just pay attention to them. And Margaret has a great way of presenting this in her book on trees. Today she's going to tell us that we are forever loved. And I think that's a wonderful way to look at Mother's Day. Margaret? Be careful of the wires.
Okay, can you move these? Do I need a?
Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, you can use that one, but this one works also.
I don't know which one to use. Thank you. Oh, great. Well, Mother's Day is a time to remember the people who nurtured and cared for us. Sometimes they were our mothers, our grandparents, or relatives, or even really loving caregivers. It is said that if a child has just one person who loves and believes in them, that is enough to help the person grow to be emotionally healthy and successfully, to be resilient. In the book, A Third Serving of Chicken Soup for the Soul, there's a short story about a conversation between a boy and his mother. The boy was looking for a way to make pocket money, and so he had carefully made a list of 7 things he'd done to help out. Beside each item, he had written a price. They were for such things as cutting the grass, cleaning his room, and babysitting his kid brother. Together, they totaled $14.75. He handed the list to his mother and looked expectantly at her. His mother read the list, turned it over, and wrote on the back 7 things she had done for him. They included such things as carrying him for 9 months while he grew inside of her, giving him first aid and praying for him when he hurt himself, providing all the toys, food, clothes, and love she had given him. Beside each one, she wrote, "No charge." At the end, she wrote, "When you add it all up, the full cost of real love is no charge." She gave the list back to her son, who read it thoughtfully. He looked at his mom. "I sure do love you," he said. He took his pen, and across the list of things he'd wanted for money, he wrote, "Paid in full." When I think of my mom, I remember all the times she sat by my bedside and listened to my evening prayers that always began, "Now I lay me down to sleep." I remember her sitting on the sofa on the back porch while I snuggled on one side of her and my sister snuggled on the other, listening while she read us a bedtime story. One night, the story was interrupted when we watched a scorpion and a big spider battle on the porch several feet away from us. Mom led us away from there and to bed before the battle ended. The next morning, we hurried out to the porch. The spider lay dead. The scorpion was nowhere to be found. Mom was always there for us, no matter what the situation. We usually took her for granted, not realizing until we were adults with our own children how many times she had set aside her own needs to put us first. When I remember raising my son, I think about times when I made mistakes. I don't know why the mistakes get magnified in my mind. One day I was standing in the dining room, watching as my 2-year-old headed for the screen door to go outside in the fenced yard to play. Something urged me to go to him right away, but I discounted the thought. He'd used that screen door successfully so many times before. I figured I was just overreacting. I stayed where I was, but this time he really did need help. After he opened the door, it swung shut on his fingers. And I saw that and I raced to him and applied first aid and comforted him. His fingers were bruised for almost a week. I berated myself for not listening to that inner urgent nudge. After all these years, I still remember when I didn't listen to that inner guidance. No matter how many other times I listened to those inner nudges, no matter how many other times I made the right decision, the time I didn't listen to that urgent guidance outweighs them all. Most of us tend to be too hard on ourselves. Sometimes we berate ourselves for things we can do nothing about. Kids do that too. I remember one time when I was sitting at my son's bed at night, listening as he worried about 2 big issues in his 10-year-old life. One was whether or not to stay in the 4-H club that he really didn't enjoy very much. The other was his concern with all he was hearing about the presidential competition between Democrat Bill Clinton and Republican Bob Dole. Even at 10 years old, he had decided he was not impressed with Clinton. In great anxiety, he told me, "Mom, I have local and international problems." I just listened because that's what he needed. But I've never forgotten that at such a young age, he carried the weight of the world on his shoulders. We all do that, no matter who we are. Thank goodness many of us had moms or other loving adults who listened to us and spent time with us and assisted us with whatever challenges we faced. We learned through them that the full cost of real love has no charge. In the workbook for students of A Course in Miracles, Lesson 50, we are told that in this world, you believe you are sustained by everything but God. Your faith is placed in the most trivial and insane symbols: pills, money, prestige, being liked. All these things are your replacement for the love of God. Only the love of God will protect you in all circumstances. It will lift you out of every trial and rise you high above all the perceived dangers of this world into a climate of perfect peace and safety. Mothers have a sense about divine love because they feel so much love for their own children. That divine love helps them fulfill their parenting role. In Lesson 50 again of A Course in Miracles, we learn to put all your faith in the love of God within you, eternal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to whatever confronts you today. Through the love of God within you, You can resolve all seeming differences and difficulties without effort and ensure confidence. Tell yourself several times a day, I am sustained by the love of God. We get a glimpse of this truth when we experience the love that our mothers have for us. Sometimes that love comes to us from people who aren't our mothers, but are special people who step in to fill a need. A nurse named Martha, who never married but had great love for her patients, filled the need for a 4-year-old girl named Zippy. She and her parents had both been seriously injured in a car accident. Zippy was placed in the hospital's children's ward, while her parents were treated in the intensive care unit in a different part of the hospital. Martha was one of Zippy's nurses, and she took special care of the child, bringing her cookies, picture books, and toys. She sang songs to her and told her many stories. Sometimes she took Zippy to visit her parents, who were still in the hospital. Eventually, Zippy and her parents got well and were released from the hospital. Zippy wanted Martha to come live with them, but they lived in a different state, and Martha could not think of leaving the children's ward of the hospital and the work that she loved. It was her life. They kept in touch for several years, but when Zippy and her family moved overseas, they lost contact. More than 30 years passed. Martha, now in her 70s, became quite ill with pneumonia and was hospitalized in the geriatric ward of the hospital near her home. A certain nurse on duty noticed that Martha had few visitors. She spent extra time giving Martha special care. One night, as they chatted, the nurse told Martha why she had become a nurse. It was because when she was 4 years old and badly injured in an auto accident, a nurse in the children's ward of the hospital brought her back to health with loving, caring devotion. She decided at that young age that she would become a nurse and help other patients. Martha's heart felt like it was growing so big it might jump right out of her heart, out of her chest. Her nurse was Zippy, the little girl who she had come to love as she nursed her so long ago. When Martha got well enough to leave the hospital, Zippy and her husband took her home to live with them. She became a surrogate grandmother to their children, and their love for each other continued to blossom in healing, wonderful ways. On Mother's Day, we're reminded of the unconditional love that at certain times in our life has surrounded us and nurtured us. It may have come from our mothers, it may have come from someone else, but it is a reminder that we have been deeply loved and that often we have deeply loved others, whether it is our own children or someone else's. Their love is so healing that it restores us. It helps us to remember that we are worthy of being loved, that we are sustained by the love of God. As we go through our day making contact with people we sometimes don't know and may never meet again, we can share a little of that love with them. The book, The Light Shall Set You Free, advises us to hold the light for the world. Never underestimate the effect of a kind action or word. Stand firm with your integrity, even under adversity, and be kinder than necessary. That is a message Christine Summers knew well. She died recently, and we miss her so much. She often wrote Facebook messages that urged us to be kind. She lived her life that way, reaching out to others in kindness, sharing what she had, surrounding others with love. A Course in Miracles tells us how deeply God loves us. God's final judgment of the world contains no condemnation, for it sees the world as totally forgiven, without sin. This is God's final judgment. You are still my holy child, forever innocent, forever loving, and forever loved, as limitless as your Creator, completely changeless and forever pure. Therefore, awaken and return to me. I am your Father. You are my child. We forget how loved we are in the sometimes painful, hurried lives we often live. We forget that we are truly loved. Our mothers and other special people in our lives gave us a taste of how much God loves us. God reminds us to awaken and return to Him. Return to the memory of how greatly loved and worthy we are. Sometimes the only way we can access the memory of how worthy and truly loved we are is by being silent, by meditating, by listening to God's caring messages to us, so we can start to remember that love. Once we remember, it's easier to reach out and share that love with others. As we move through each day, if we spend a few seconds here and there in silence, we might remember moments when our mothers or grandmothers or other special people in our lives showered us with love. We truly are worthy of receiving that love and of sharing it with others. After all, God reminds us that we are forever loving and forever loved. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
That was beautiful. And it so reminds me of all the people in our lives that we can share our love with. I am blessed to have older friends and younger friends and friends my age that to me are sisters and mothers and daughters, and they're so important in my life. I would like to think that I don't just remember them on Mother's Day, but every day. Thank you, Margaret. Anybody else have anything to say? Nope. Okay. We have another song from Shay, As Long as I Have Breath. I like this song.
You know this one?
I think I do. I think it's the one I'm thinking of.
Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Though with pain I made my way, still with hope I meet each
wasn't the one I was thinking of it, but it's a lovely song. Okay, if you will repeat with me, take your donation in hand and place it over your heart and repeat with me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Unlimited, I am prosperous. Steve.
Oh. Well, I thought I was headed that way, but I got turned around.
You get sidetracked easily.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please, if you can, stay for the board meeting. We have a lot to discuss. Won't be long, but it'll be a few things. And we have our wonderful Bill Clark with a closing prayer. Some thoughts from Bill.
Let me have your microphone.
You may. I would love for you to have it.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning. Today's topic is learning from mistakes. It's natural to make mistakes, and it's terribly wrong to willfully keep making them the same mistake. That's a quote from St. Augustine. Learning requires trial and error. We need to give ourselves permission to mess up, and we must learn from those mistakes. Pride or stubbornness might keep us from trying the same unwise actions. We make much more progress, and our loved ones are sure appreciate it when we dust off after the fall, admit our error, and then try a smarter approach. And that's probably a real sign of character, is to be able to admit that your mistakes and try to move on and not do them again. So the walk away today is, it's okay and even healthy for me to make mistakes, but I want to look for ways to learn from them and be a better person. God bless and have a great week.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, if you will all join me, and we'll sing our way out of here.
Did we stop the video or did we?
I'm sorry?
Did we stop the video?
A light on people today and light on kids. All our kids are with their families. My granddaughter and my daughter-in-law are in Albuquerque today, but they'll be back this afternoon. She's 21. I would love to be 21.
Not me.
Oh, I would. I'd do it all over again.
I would love to be 30, 35.
Every single mistake I would make all over again.
Give us the right key.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. We must together, we must together in unity and love. We must together, we must together in unity and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be.
the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a blessed week.
Thank you. Amen.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Margaret. for your
Great. Oh, yeah, I think there's enough for everybody.
My mom was, she would sing us every morning, she worked in Mountain. And we went to school at Sacred Heart.
You went to school where?
At Sacred Heart, right across the street.
Oh, okay.
So she would drive us in the morning, and while she was driving us to school and to work, she would sing, she would sing,
It'll come. It'll come.
yeah, we sing it here all the time. It's, I don't remember that song, but it's a really sweet song. It's if I remember it, I'll tell you about it.
My
She
mother-
would sing it to us every morning. And it was just a great way for us all to start our day.
Yeah.
My mother would sing, goodbye, good luck, God bless you, you're on your way to school. Just as we were going out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
remembered it.